Hey guys, well today's the day. We got the track in finally after a couple weeks of waiting. I ordered it on just after Christmas and it's January 10th now or something, so it's taken a while, but it's here and I saved $250 buying it through this other place rather than Royal Distributing. Revco.ca is the name of it, and I'd recommend it because they have awesome prices and they were great to deal with. It was just the time of year why it took so long because just with holidays and stuff, so I'm not really too concerned. But anyways, here it is. It's a 1.5-inch Camzo Intense track. We got our stuff here. FedEx did a great job of this package right on the bottom there. It kind of got a bit screwed up. This one here is fine. One for each shaft. That's for your jack shaft. That's your drive shaft. Anyways, there's the track. It looks pretty aggressive. I like it. It'll fit, unlike the 1 3/4 won't fit in there, so I'm pretty happy. We're gonna get this thing laid out, get that thing jacked up in the back end, and get the shaft in, get the track around it, and get the chain case back in, and we can start getting all these parts and pieces that I got everywhere back into the sled. So stay tuned and we'll keep you updated as we go. Alright, so we're just starting off with our seals. I normally wouldn't put this, I'd get the shaft in there and then put this in because it goes in from the back side, but since we have the chain case off, we're going to put our shafts in the sled and then slide the chain case on. So anyways, this seal has a big lip on it here that seals, and it just goes into there, and it seals nice and tight into there. You'll feel it pop into a ridge just like that, and we're in. That one goes in from the back side, which you could do in the sled if you don't have the chain case off like me. This next bearing will push down in there. From factory it had this side sealed so your chain case shavings don't go in it, but it could still get oil on the back side around the shaft. This one's double sealed, so I'm going to actually just leave it. And the top one, we're going to put our seal in there. It goes in from this side and bearing and circlip, and we're ready to start throwing our bearings on our drive shaft here and get it wrapped around the track and get it in there. Alright, so our bearings and seals are all in here, right there like that. I just simply use the bearing there to drive this seal in. Circlips are in. Now we got the track in here. For everybody that doesn't know how to install a track, it can be very confusing because if you look here, says camoplast this way, and you didn't want to think that the track could go that way, kind of like a snowmobile belt with the routing. But if you look at it right here, there's an arrow right there. That's the way you want to go. And I mean, you can look at this. You want the snow to be grabbing in here and here. That's how you want your snow to be grabbing. It wouldn't be that efficient if there is no arrow for some reason and you look at it the other way. You don't want it to be turning this way. Anyways, we got it in. You can determine if it's the right track pitch by just, if you have questions, put your wheels in here and just give her a roll, and rolls real nice. That's what we want. So we're gonna shove this through this side so we have some play in here, and then this side we have to line up our studs. We got our bearing on there, they go through there, and once we get that through there, we'll show you the rest on the outside. But that's it for now, and yeah, I'm just gonna get my brother here to help me lift it up in there and get that in there, and then we can start assembling all of our other stuff. Alright guys, I managed to get the track under there. I got my chain case on. These are a little bit tricky. That one bolt right there is flat, or this one here can wobble a bit, so you use that to your advantage. Got it slid on there right to the edge, and then the seal fits really tight, so I used the bolts to pull it in really smooth, and it popped right in. These footboards can be a bit of a pain because you can see that nub sticks right behind there, so it's a little tricky to get in there. But once it's in, it's all good, guys. It could be just my sled. This could be a little messed up in here. Anyways, that's in. We went around to the other side. You put your one metal piece on the inside, then your other one over top. It centers your bearing in the hole here. You put a circlip on right here. Then this is for your speedometer. I just have the nuts on there just to simply hold it in place there while I was working on it, because I didn't want the pressure on the plastic. So now I can get to putting the plastic on and filling that with grease, and that'll pack that full of grease. So we're gonna get to doing that now, and then we're gonna move on to our jack shaft. Alright, so we're all buttoned up on this side, bearing carriers in and tightened for the jack shaft. Coming over here, chain cases in. That's just, when I took it off, it was just snug, so I got it as snug as I could and then just put the pin through. That's how it came off. Same with the bottom here, there's a torque for that I gotta get. Chain cases in, everything's buttoned up. We gotta get our brake caliper on, and we're gonna move on to the next steps. Alright guys, so we're all buttoned up in here, torque down, got some Loctite on this stuff. Brake rotors in, new O-ring in there, seal. Got the caliper on, and that's all cleaned up, looks a lot better. We're gonna now take the cover there, it's all cleaned up. Got under here, I sprayed it once more, the chain with some brake clean, just to be sure to get all the stuff out of there. So we're gonna put on the cover now and get some fresh oil in there. We're using 75/90 synthetic in this. I've heard a lot of guys running ATF in them and stuff. Kind of a cool thing. I'm gonna look into it more, but I want to get this thing going. 75/90's worked for me in the past, so that's what we're gonna run. Yeah, we'll be back with you in a bit. Alright guys, so we got our battery box back in, ground back on. We'll attach our cables after once we're all good. Got some oil in there, chain case tension set, so we're all good on that side. Over here I left the or I put this on, I left the tools out because I need it for my secondary clutch to put it back on to spread it for my belt, so I left that off. But otherwise I just put a strap around here, tied it up just to make it easier to throw that skid in. So I'm going to take that skid and slide it in there, and we're going to get to bolting the front end of that in and keep going from there. Alright guys, so we skipped a few steps there, but we'll let you know what we did. So got the front bolts in there, rears are in. I actually studded the camera off video. If you need help studding, check out my studding video. It's in the Skidoo 1200 playlist. Batteries hooked up, brakes, everything's all in there. Basically everything, but the clutch is back in. I'm going to try and see how they are. I'll probably clean them here at some point, just not now. Intake's back in, sensors are on, everything's all good. So yeah, we're good to go. I'm really happy that I went with the 1.5 track. With the 1 3/4, you got to change your drivers up front to make them smaller because they won't clear. It's tight enough in there, but it looks pretty good as long as I keep my track tension up. Guys say they have no issues with them, and I got the good stud protectors, and I also got this taller one here that I might run from here back just for bottoming issues. Otherwise we got 96 1.625 inch studs in there. The only missing piece of the puzzle is to get rid of that yellow flap, and we got a black one coming. It's one of the embossed ones with the X, so I bought this off of Decal FX. They're from Peterborough, Ontario, and he makes repop decals, so this one will fit perfectly on that tail, or on that snow flap, so we're gonna put that on. But once that's on, we're gonna be up and running, and it's gonna look pretty sweet with that race flap on, I think. So excited how it turned out, and you guys will hear from me in other videos. So thanks for watching, and that's just a quick brief of how to install a track. I started around, it's 5:30 right now. I started at this about 12:30, no, maybe about 12 I started. So I've been working on it for 6 hours, but I also studded the whole track and did a bunch of things. Chain cases apart, it's back on. So it's really not that big of a job, guys. Anyways, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my upcoming uploads. See ya. As always guys, thanks for watching, and please give the channel a like and a subscribe. If my videos interest you, please click on my channel and check out my other videos.